Good evening, everybody. Mr. Pace, thanks for stopping by. I want to thank everybody at the meeting tonight. It was a pretty good meeting, all in all, and the reason why it was a great meeting for me is that it proved to me that Mr. Stinson is absolutely afraid that I will obtain a board seat in this upcoming election. The relevant facts are simply this, and I'm going to state them very eloquently. Two individuals that work for the district, whether lying or not, told me that Jeremy LePage wanted me gone. And I'm not talking about out of the district, I'm talking about under the ground. And the board knew this. That's not the only thing that Jeremy LePage has done. And the district tried to explain away the reason why Mr. LePage has been following me. It's not a reason to follow somebody. There's no law against me putting up a sign anywhere. And there's no reason that the district should have any of its staff taking pictures of a license plate or a vehicle doing it. Because, well, the simple truth is, the sign was about Mr. Stinson. It was a big sign that I had posted, and the people who want to take a look at it, hold on a second. There we go, thank you, sorry. Don't understand what's going on. What Troy Stinson is trying to do is muddy the waters for an election. I'm not going to let him do that. I know that they already have two ringers. Both of the individuals want to spend the money to build this rec center. What they're claiming is that the money was already here. No, it wasn't. There was no money. That's a fallacy. You know I was involved in all the financials prior to their election. They're claiming that the $1.25 million was already in the bank. False. False. Okay? I went back and looked at the records again and the meetings of the minutes. There was never any announcement that we had any money. As a matter of fact, the only money that was earmarked that I can now prove was $500,000. But that was done before this new board got on. But that was only predicated on doing the lockers. Now, what you need to understand is Mr. Stinson and his wife, specifically his wife tonight, blew a gasket in the back of the room talking about her son. I don't know why. I still can't figure out why. But I do know this, that Troy is upset at the fact that he knows that there's a good chance I'm going to get elected. Okay? And tonight, he tried to pick a fight with me, and then some big bully in the corner of the room who started staring at me seemed a little concerned that I was going to have a moment with Troy. Not to worry, big guy, okay? There's plenty of me to go around for everybody. But I've made it clear, this is not the year of the punching bag. I have had so many people ask me about Corey. Corey was dismissed because of the LePage family. Jerry Jacobson is not telling the truth. I have no reason to tell you otherwise. If you read the stories on this website, you will know exactly what transpired in the phone calls I made about those signs. Those signs weren't about signs being put up. Those signs over there for not parking were put up so they wouldn't park trucks over there. But it was not Woodman Hill's place to put the signs up. They did that because earlier that morning, I had put in a sign about how Troy lost a restraining order. Remember those big signs I had? They decided to put those signs up, but they did it without permission. Now, when I called to find out what was going on, the county called over and asked them what was going on, and then the county said, okay, fine. But they have no enforcement authority. This district is not a law enforcement agency, nor is it the law enforcement agency of anybody. Okay? They can't stop anybody from parking any more than anybody else because those signs were not put on district property. They were put in the county right-of-way. Actually, those signs are in violation of county right-of-way because they're within the county right-of-way. That's why the signs were never put in there in the first place, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay? Without getting excited, I will win this election with your help. Then it's going to get ugly. They have already earmarked money that they took from you in bills that were too high. That's it. I proved it. They said it and they admitted it. Then they admitted that they're sending all the core requests to the lawyer intentionally to basically accrue a legal fee that they shouldn't have to accrue. And then Troy says, quote, that I'm acting all kinds of negative towards the staff and making demands and being threatening. That's false. He knows it, I know it, because if I did, I'd be arrested. But what I did do, after making numerous requests to find out where $900,000 went, because it's not found, they shut it down. And Bendelow is now trying to build a case against me, filing an injunction when the time comes to get the records. Troy just got pissed off and blew a gasket over it. I'm not threatening to sue you, Troy. I said I have a legal right to file an injunction. The law right here says that if you don't comply with my core request and we don't reach an agreement, I have to file an injunction. I'm not upset about it, but you blew a gasket over it. So let me ask you a question, Troy. Did you take the $900,000? Did somebody else in the district take the $900,000? It's a question. Because you sure as hell don't want to tell me where it went. And you left that big part out. And you also left out the part where I sent 15 emails very politely asking for the documents. I don't know what the hiring standard is at the police department, Troy. I don't know why they hired you. I do know that I have some conduct books here and policies for the police department, and you violated about a dozen of them. Then you brought in the Board of County Commissioners, which I'm going to play for them what you said, that I'm doing all these things negative with the county commissioners. You know, it's funny, the county commissioners don't have a problem with me correcting them. You got to give them kudos for that. But you, the fear and the uncertainty tonight showed. That's it. You have two ringers that are running for the board, that fella and Miss Menard. Folks, if you vote for them, I guarantee you, your bills are going to go up way more than the $4.50 they stated. Fact. Take 3,000 users, divide it by $100,000, and what do you get? Come on. You get $3.33 per 100,000. It's going to cost between $300,000 and $400,000 a year to run that building. And they said that they're going to go up $450. No, because then that would pigeonhole the operating cost at a little over $100,000. So if you take $333 and start timesing it, you'll come up with a little bit better number. Right now, it's looking right between 9 and 12. But don't take my word for it, do the math. And there's actually less than 3,000 users, so I'm just giving that number to kind of benefit. But the fact is, Ms. Gabardella told me what the numbers were. They just don't want you to think so. What you need to understand is they collected $1.25 million on the fees they were collecting by overbilling you and overcharging you. It's a fact. Because they're claiming it was done in a capital thing. No, it wasn't. Only $500,000 was. I was at that meeting. And Mr. Ringen, I appreciate the respect tonight, but you need to understand something. I'm going to clean house if I get elected, okay? And now you want me to do your homework. In 2015 and 16, Lynn Bliss and the board passed a resolution to shut this building down for 4 hours a day and to shut this building down to cut costs. Fact. Fact. Walter Porter, Jan Pizzi, Lynn Bliss, Frank Gonzalez, Steve Krebs were all on the board. I was at the meeting. Okay? It's fact. Okay? The reason why they don't open up that building was because it was supposed to be used as a function hall. Fact. Okay? Here's a simple fact, folks, is that they're going to put that building in, and after what I saw, what happened tonight at the meeting with Mrs. Stinson, you should be concerned. And then Troy got upset with me because he wants to make me look like the bad guy. I decided to defend myself, and then his bodyguard decided to turn over and look at me like something was going to happen. I gave him the look. Why not? Who are you? His bodyguard? You have a problem? We can go outside and talk about it. It's what men do. But the problem is Troy is now trying to make me look like a troublemaker, as 3 people indicated to me tonight. And they said what he did was wrong. Corey Gabardella is being released because of the LePages. Make no mistake about it. There is no way this district investigated everything he did, and then they used excuses to violate your right to privacy by saying that they sent the district staff after people who were putting signs in, and then immediately right afterwards, Jerry Jacobson stated the reason they put up the signs was to stop people parking trucks. And I believe that because I remember seeing them. Troy was caught in a lie again. If that's what you expect from a public servant as a police officer, the other one that I thought was very inexcusable was the statement he made after it was all over, and he did what he did was to say, "I love you, Mr. Pace," or whatever it was. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting and uncalled for. Because one, it shows arrogance, and it shows a total lack of respect. And that's all Troy's about. And you don't have to take my word for it. It's on the recording at the end of the tape. It was right after the public comment portion about me saying some nice things about Mrs. Gambardella. Look, folks, Mrs. Gambardella didn't deserve to be dismissed, and that's a fact. So I suggest you start voting for the person in front of you, because those other people are deathly afraid of me getting elected, and that is a fact. Have a good evening, folks. Thank you for stopping by.